Hello.
What is going on, everyone? We're going to give everybody a few minutes to get in here.
Can you hear us?
Hopefully. There we go. Sherry's here. Gail is here. Said good evening, Joe and Rachel.
Can you guys hear us?
Can everybody hear us?
Always want to check.
I need to go adjust the camera.
You're shaking. Hello, Sherry. How's it going, everybody? I see Miss Gail. I just want a thumbs up if you can hear us. Hey, fam. Hey, Renee. How's it going? Hello, Ron. Hear you fine. All right, good. Heart attack averted. So it's movie night. Hey, Steph. Hey, Vaughn.
It's still like that.
Joe is just up and...
I'm adjusting it from, like, you filming today.
Drugs are bad. That's what Heath has to say about this. Yvonne says, yes, we can hear you. Lynn, hello, Lynn. Dwayne, hello. I always seem to get a super coffee right before these lives. That is always a great decision.
That's a good decision.
In my opinion.
Move over that way.
Grabbing a super coffee. Hey, weather's windy. Gigi girl. What's up, girl? So volume is a little low.
Well, turn that up.
Did that get better?
Try it now.
Super coffee. Jacqueline, hello, everyone. Delissa, keto on a budget. Hey, guys. How's it going? Oh, Charity's here. Right from the get-go. Carla, good evening. A little lower sound.
You want it lower or do you want it higher?
Okay.
Let me know.
Howdy from Leonka.
It's what it is we're backed up from the camera, from the microphone.
Maybe that's it. So how's that going?
Happy anniversary. Yes, tomorrow is our...
12th.
Is it 12th or... I don't even know. I've lost count.
It's our 12th wedding anniversary.
Is it 12?
Yeah.
I thought it was 13.
Here's the thing.
What?
Can you see on the back of my hat?
2008.
2008.
Yes. Because that hat that was from our... Honeymoon.
So, April says, my 8-year-old daughter loves Charity. Well, like her or not, she seems to enjoy the live streams, right? She just
Misty ordered a chili blanket after watching our video. It comes tomorrow. You
Awesome.
will not be sorry. I mean, we cannot sleep at night without it. Because what happens, unfortunately, our house is old. So... everything is on, like, my office, our bedroom, and half of the kitchen are all on the same circuit. So now we have the Uller, 2 chili blankets, then we have my computer, my printers, and a toaster oven, all on the same circuit. So what happens is, if we have the Uller and everything on, and the kids try to use the toaster oven, it blows the circuit because our TV is all on the same circuit.
Brilliant.
So during the day, I actually unplug it to make sure that we don't accidentally leave it on in the morning. And so that, like, we don't have a problem with that with the kids and stuff, because that resets the internet in our room and everything. And Rachel will call me like, I cannot go to sleep. Get this thing turned on.
It's funny. I cannot sleep now without my cool blankets. It's bad.
I like the fact that the air conditioner is on 74 and you don't complain.
Everybody says it sounds good now. Awesome. Hey, Brianna.
Yeah, I just turned up you down. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. It's 12th because your nephew was a month old when you guys got hitched. Exactly.
Yep.
And tomorrow on our anniversary is our other nephew's birthday, Elijah.
Yeah.
Exciting. The 15th.
Tomorrow's his birthday. Happy anniversary. What's up from watching from 7 days off? Starts at 6 a.m.
Enjoy
awesome.
that.
I ordered a cooler coming eventually. Unfortunately, everything is like taking a little bit longer. I ordered some stuff for making shirts, and like that took longer.
Okay,
I did, by the way, contact.
Do you see Brenda's comment?
No.
Tomorrow is me and my husband's
12th
anniversary too. Well, happy anniversary, Brenda.
So, yeah, I did contact Justin over at Perfect Keto and said, hey, people are saying that things are taking a long time to ship. And he said it's all a result of COVID. So he's really sorry, but they're starting to get back on top of things and stuff.
Back on track.
Yeah.
Hey, Tammy.
Loving your jammies, Rachel. That was our Christmas pajamas from not this past year, but the year before.
I am loving this week. So this week is movie. It's movie night tonight on the 2KK live stream. So everybody's supposed to bring in what is their favorite movie. So, man, I had not thought about this in a while, and usually my go-to thing was Star Wars.
Not
it was
anymore.
Just Star Wars. But I feel like, if I'm honest, Harry Potter has
the whole series
taken the first spots.
Brenda said, I told him I was looking at Blackstone, so he went and got me a Blue Rhino griddle. Hope it's comparable. Yeah, it's the same. It's funny. It's just like the Traegers. So, Traeger came out with the pellet grill, and then their patent ran out, so all of these companies jumped on it, and now you have a bunch of companies, and Traeger isn't as good as the other companies anymore because they've kind of stayed behind the times. Blackstone was one of the first ones, and now I saw that even the Pit Boss is coming out with one, or has come out with one. So they're all going to be relatively the same. The biggest thing you want to make sure to check on is the quality of the steel itself. But Blue Rhino's pretty good at that. We bought a fire pit that's made by Blue Rhino.
Yeah, and I love it.
Yeah.
So I kind of copped out by saying Harry Potter because I mean the whole series.
Right.
Right? So I'm picking a movie and I'm picking the Harry Potter, but it's the whole series. But then I had to put Disney because there's a lot of Disney movies that are my favorite too.
Make a decision.
I know it's hard. I had to go with Harry Potter, and so I'm like, okay, what do I have that's my favorite? My pajamas. Let's wear pajamas tonight. That's
me,
adulting.
Rachel asked me, what's my
43.
favorite movie?
43 years old. This is how we dress.
That's right. Rachel asked me what my favorite movie is, and it's hard because I get in moods.
Yeah.
So we own a lot of movies on iTunes, because what we do is we never would go to the movies.
It's cheaper to buy them.
And we were just we're going to buy a movie
Family
for $15, $20. We'll watch them over and over again. And a lot of times iTunes has deals. Like the other night, iTunes had all 5 of the Mission Impossible movies for $19.
Dun, 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 dun.
Now, I'm not a huge Tom Cruise fan, but I do like Mission Impossible.
I do. I want to watch the first one right after the live stream tonight.
And we also bought Con Air because it was $4. It was $3.99 for Con Air. Now, that's on TV all the time, but I just love that movie. So my thing is I don't know if I have a favorite movie because it's scrolling. It's what are you in the mood for? Sometimes you're in the mood for a comedy. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a romance. I mean, I used to say my absolute favorite movie was Shawshank Redemption. I think it's one of the best movies ever made. But how many people have actually seen the movie start to finish? I've seen the movie probably 100 times.
But the beginning of the movie,
but start
not so
to
much.
Finish, I've probably seen it 4 times because you've
seen it flipping channels.
You flip channels. Oh, Shawshank Redemption's on, and you watch it, but you never catch the whole movie.
Yeah, I would pray that we'd be scrolling and be like, don't hit Shawshank, or we're gonna have to watch the movie again.
But I'm kind of agree with Rachel that I think that it used to be Star Wars because I grew up with Star Wars. I mean, I saw Star Wars, Episode 4 in the drive-in when it came out.
I put my pants in Episode 4 in a drive-in when it came out.
But I think it's Harry Potter now. Yeah, Harry Potter's is a series, no matter what your mood is, you just turn on one of the Harry Potter movies.
My dad was enjoying the Star Wars movie so much at the drive-in that, me pooping my pants didn't even affect him. He actually took his shirt off in the drive-in movie, fastened it as a diaper for me, and kept watching the movie. That's how ingrained that franchise is.
Okay, let's not get behind on comments. Sherry said she ordered the electrolytes from Redmond. Thanks to our video. You're going to really like them. I am super impressed.
That's what I have tonight.
I'm super impressed.
And we found the lid that matches.
Did you? I'm super impressed with them. Again, now I'm going to tell you guys, they are not Zip Fizz. Zip Fizz is very sweet. These are comparable to drinking Keto Vitals or Ultima. It's got that little bit of an electrolyte taste to it, but that's what I like. I don't always want the sucralose, and I certainly don't want to have 2 carbs a day every day.
Well,
or 4 carbs sometimes.
And depending on when you drink them, this means I will still go to bed tonight.
Yeah.
If I drink a Zip Fizz, I'm up, and plus it charges me 2 carbs.
Yeah.
So I don't always want to spend those.
But it's funny because yesterday I hadn't yet eaten because I was just gotten really busy. I didn't have a chance to eat, And then I drank that during the review. I drank the whole bottle, and I kind of got like a little bit of a buzz. Now, the buzz is from being fasted and then giving myself all of those electrolytes, because that was even the first electrolytes I'd had for the day.
Yeah.
So it kind of gave me a little bit of energy. But it's not going to give you that boost of energy like a Zip Fizz does. But you're going to like them.
So Yvonne says that I remind her of Annette from the Mickey Mouse Club. I feel like that's a huge compliment. And there's somebody else having anniversary. Keto on a Budget. 23 years next month. That's incredible. Happy anniversary.
Becky said Perfect Keto is always taking a slow time to ship. Usually it's about a week. Keto on a Budget said I order electrolytes from Redmond too.
Awesome.
Yeah, you guys are going to really like them.
Cheryl received my lollies today from when I won the gift card. OMG, it was the best keto product I think I've ever tried. I agree. Lollies is crazy
Lollies
delicious.
is really good. There's not a lot of products that I will continually order. I mean,
I'm
we
so
order
excited
Perfect Keto.
that she won a gift card.
We order Lollies.
So
and
awesome.
What else did we order? Chalk Zero.
Oh, okay. Parrot Head Renee, favorite movie, The Exorcist, re-released uncut version from 2000. I actually coded that movie when I was working for that company where we had to watch it frame by frame. Fascinating movie trivia. Like, I know it's probably, you're thinking like Exorcist, should that be in my top 10? It's fantastic. And at the time when it was made, incredible like movie tricks that they had to do.
Keto on a Budget said that she's seen the Harry Potter series 8 times and read all the books.
That is one of Anthony's. We were just talking about that last week. That is still something that he is like so proud of, is that when he was young, he read all the Harry Potter books. And because they were daunting. That was a daunting reading list to have to read the Harry Potter books. And the fact that Anthony actually accomplished that, he's like, that's a feather in my cap.
Shelly said we were down to our last 4 steaks and I cried, so gotta find more this weekend.
Yes. We need to find a birthday present mañana.
Yeah.
And maybe something delicious for our anniversary.
We're fasting.
I actually spit on both of us. I'm sorry. I'm trying to say it, not spray it, but no.
We're fasting.
No.
Jetta said Corvette Summer.
Funny old. Oh, I've never seen that movie. How have you ever even heard that come out of my mouth? I've never seen that movie.
No. April said Perfect Keto sent an email today with a recipe that used their chocolate macadamia nuts, but they don't even make those anymore. That's funny.
That is funny.
Somebody wasn't thinking.
Oh, darn. What was my favorite movie? Yeah, what is your favorite movie? Oh, It's a Wonderful Life and then Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee. Good movie. Move over that way. This is really irritating that we're not saying.
I can tell that you're irritated.
Christopher, Hangover, all of them.
Oh my gosh, I freaking love The Hangover. I love that. I love that series. I love that franchise too.
Okay, Christopher said favorite movie is Lucky Number 11, and then all of the Die Hard movies.
Christmas movies.
Which one?
Yeah, because there's one that...
I mean, the Die Hard movies are all good. I think the worst one's the second one. But there's just a standout, absolute best Die Hard movie. I'm not going to say what mine is yet.
Throughout the live stream, much to Joe's chagrin, I am going to ask you guys to tell me if you know where these movie quotes are from. All right, so my first one for tonight is Snap Out of It. Do you know what movie is that quote from? Snap out of it. I was going to slap Joe, but...
Keto on a Budget said we own a lot of Voodoo and a lot of DVDs. We used to have a lot of DVDs and we just got rid of them. The kids used to scratch them. Now we don't even own a DVD player.
But we get a lot on iTunes.
West Side Story.
Oh, wow.
But there are many more. The Back to the Future series, Grease, Top Gun, HPs, and Star Trek original character movies. I almost bought Top Gun last night.
I was just watching Back to the Future 3, the railroad one, last night. And I love Grease. I love the soundtrack of Grease. And I even like the soundtrack of Grease 2. I remember every single time the kids would have a biology class and they would be talking about reproduction. I'd be like, reproduction from Grease, too.
Yeah, said The Wizard of Oz. That's an awesome movie.
That is an awesome
Becky
movie.
said get our money back for Con Air. Con Air is an incredible movie, and if Steven doesn't think that Con Air is a good movie, he just doesn't know what a good movie is.
It is an awesome movie, but Nicolas Cage has a terrible accent. almost,
it's horrible. It's horrible.
Almost as bad as Cameron Diaz
I'm trying to think
in The
of,
Box.
What was the movie that Steven sent us to see when we were on a date, and that just made me like, don't ever recommend a movie again?
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz. Yes.
He's like, this is a great
He's like,
movie.
this is the greatest movie ever. We went, so we the only thing we laughed at in that entire movie was what was everybody else laughing at. And I think it's the first and only movie that we walked out of. We didn't even stay for the movie. It was that bad. So at that point, I will never listen to his recommendation for a movie. There was another movie, a Western movie that he had us watch for Christmas one year. What was that?
Oh my gosh.
No,
it's No Country for Old Men.
Yes.
Which I do think has one of the greatest weapons. The fact that he had that like air thing and that's what he was killing people with, that was really cool. But there was a lot of walking in that movie.
It's kind of worse than Lord of the Rings.
As good as it gets.
Yes.
So crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here. I love that. That's a great
Shelley
movie.
said so many favorite movies. Most are Quentin Tarantino's Goonies, Vincent Price, House on Haunted Hill. Great movies. We actually, I think it was last year for Christmas.
Monica.
It was not this past Black Friday, but the year before, because iTunes always has huge movie sales on Black Friday. And we got it was the entire Quentin Tarantino collection for $15.
And then remember,
and I'll watch that
House
a lot
on
of times.
Haunted Hill was the one we did with Monica's channel.
That's right.
That we did kind of like a mukbang and what were our thoughts on that movie.
One of my favorites is The Outsiders, but you can't hardly find it to watch anymore. We actually got it. We got it in a bundle.
Yeah, that is one of Anthony's very, very favorite books, too.
Yep. April said, favorite movie, hard to choose, don't make me.
No, you got to. Don't you feel like we're sort of living out the, hey, you're trapped on a deserted island and you can only bring 5 movies with you. What are you bringing? Go. I mean, we're kind of living it right now.
Tammy said, any movie with Nicolas Cage, I'm in my favorite movie. I think my favorite Nicolas Cage movie is actually National Treasure.
That's a great franchise also.
Yeah, I think I like a lot of it. There's a few that I didn't like Face Off. But it was okay. It's not his best movie. I don't think it's his best movie.
I loved Face Off. Actually, just a little hint, in case anybody hasn't said it yet, we'll get to it. Nicolas Cage is actually in the movie with the movie line, snap out of it.
Mm-hmm. Get busy living or get busy dying.
Get busy living or get busy dying.
Devin said, how about my favorite movie by genre? Yes, that's a good way to do it.
Absolutely.
Smokey and the Bandit, then Caddyshack.
Oh my goodness. You can actually see somebody doing a line of Coke in the back of the dining room scene in Caddyshack.
Yep.
And it's not even pretend. That's just them doing it at the time.
Delisa said, Shawshank is up there with my favorite list. I've watched it at least 20 times start to finish.
Wow.
Of older movies, Gone with the Wind, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, but I have a lot of favorites.
Me too. I love it. I love just reliving all these guys as you mention them. I have to go old school. An Affair to Remember with Cary Grant and Deborah Carr.
Showboat, yes.
All the Star Wars and Harry Potters and the Lord of the Rings.
No, you lost me there.
I do. I like aspects of the Lord of the Rings, but I feel like you could make the movies 30 minutes long.
Can you guys tell that we're movie, we love, that's our thing.
You fast forwarded through the walking.
12 years, our date nights have been, let's buy a movie, lay in bed, and watch movies.
I'm fighting this straw. It's no.
Stacy said, I can give you different genre ones for my favorite movies. So classic would be Sound of Music.
You love Sound of Music.
Love Sound of Music. Sound of Music also reminds me of my childhood because it's something that we watched all the time. I come from a German family. My dad actually had 8 Edelweiss from Germany hanging in the house.
You had to wear lederhosen?
No, my dad wore lederhosen though.
I know, but I have a picture of you wearing lederhosen.
That wasn't me. That was my dad.
I think you're in there's a little picture.
That's my dad. That's my dad.
Okay.
If
you look exactly like him.
Yes. We'll have to put it up for Keto on the Couch or something. So if you have a picture, if you took a picture of me, my father, and my Opa. No, not John Paul. Well, even John Paul. But my Opa, which was my dad's father. That's my grandfather. If you took a picture of the three of us at the same age, other than the age of the picture, you could not tell who was who.
No, you look like a clone.
Yeah, and then our oldest, John Paul, was a clone of me.
Yeah.
Stacy said, I can give you a different genre. Oh, we did that one.
And Father of the Bride for comedy. I
okay.
love Father of the Bride.
Kathleen said, good evening, 2KK family.
Hello.
Finally got my greenback in the hair. Salons are open again.
Nice.
Roadhouse and Coyote Ugly.
Okay, Roadhouse is a great movie.
That is a good movie.
That is a great, great movie. I miss Patrick Swayze. Too late, Joe. Already too late. Just finished Boys Over Flowers for the 5th time.
We're in the middle of watching it again right now.
I love it.
Devin said, I literally can watch Grease and Crybaby every time they come on. As far as action, I love Fast and the Furious franchise. Yes. I haven't seen the last couple of Fast and the Furious.
Did you like the Tokyo... I even liked Tokyo Drift.
I did not like Tokyo Drift.
I like Tokyo Drift. It doesn't make any sense. It feels like it's a second movie.
It's not part of the franchise.
But I really liked it. I liked it.
It's a good movie, but it's not part of the franchise.
It's cute.
It's really nothing to do with the franchise. But as a matter of fact, I just saw that because of everything with COVID, they put Fast and the Furious. It's not even coming out till next year now.
Christopher says, you could afford those 2 Zip Fizz carbs if you didn't put lettuce on your burgers. I love it. 2 carbs too much. He says, I don't have a favorite. Shawshank, Suicide Kings, Reservoir Dogs, Rounders.
Great movie. I love that movie.
Dead Poet Society, The Changeling, First Blood, Full Metal Jacket, The Neverending Story, and Fight Club.
I almost bought Fight Club the other night, too.
I feel like he's got your playlist,
got a good list.
dude.
He does. Oh, and A Bronx Tale.
Oh, yeah.
So many messages in A Bronx Tale. Like, I just love that movie because there's so many, like, hidden messages. Like, there's nothing worse in the world than wasted talent.
Hi, Myra. She had mentioned on Instagram, like, my internet is being really jacked up right now, so I don't know if I'd make it. So I'm glad you made it.
Forrest Gump, another great movie. There are so many good movies.
You know, life is like a box of chocolates.
Anything Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan is also top favorite. Yeah, they're another one of those couples that they just did well together. Any movie you put the two of them in, you knew it was going to be a good movie.
I liked a lot of Meg Ryan movies, like pretty much until like Kate and Leopold, and then it was kind of like, okay, we're done.
Yvonne's 46th anniversary was on March 1st.
Congratulations.
Sorry.
Groundhog Day. Feel like you're living it right now? Feel like we're living Groundhog Month.
Good evening from Hamilton, Ontario. Just finished dinner, brisket and cauliflower rice, avocado, and a cheese sandwich.
I think they probably cauliflower rice and not lice.
Renee said, yes, the trivia and facts behind the making are phenomenal. They don't make movies like that anymore.
Yeah. Carla says, I'm bummed I can't use Redmond's electrolytes because of kidney issues. Have to use Keto Chow fasting drops. Also, another great option. If you are looking for unflavored electrolytes, Keto Chow drops.
Yep.
Very convenient.
Keto Budget said, I'm waiting on mine since September. Oh, that's for a perfect keto.
Steph says, another old favorite of mine, Mom Podcast, The Long, Long Trailer. That is absolutely one of my favorites.
We watched that a few months ago.
Yeah, just recently.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
That's a cute.
I wasn't on.
I love that one with Kate Hudson, and she gets like the plant and the dog.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's not one I would rewatch.
It's a girly movie.
Miriam said we were leaving to go camping. Discovered we had a flat on our trailer, so it booked over at a tire place before it gets closed to get it fixed.
Oh my goodness! Aaron says, "Don't forget the thumbs up." Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So Mira says, "The Princess Bride." Yes. Wov, twoo wov. They have the great one-liners. Okay, wait, what was the one?
Becky said, get the girls some lobster for our anniversary. Rachel's not a big lobster fan.
I do like shrimpies.
Yeah.
I like the shrimpies on the grill.
Kathleen said, my daughter was required to read the Harry Potter book for a movie before she could see it, hated the first 2 books, and then was hooked. Anthony watched them when he started watching them in like 5th grade.
So something that they're doing right now is making available like the audio version of all the books as like just kind of a nicety. Anthony was listening to it. Different actors from the series are reading the books out loud.
Yeah, he was. I got in the car and he was listening to it the other day.
And like, is that
and
Harry
he's
Potter?
listening to it sped up, and I'm like, can you please turn this off? Like,
slow it down. Except for weirdly, the Emma Watson who played Hermione doesn't want to be associated with this franchise anymore, and so she's not lending her voice to different things. So even if you go to Universal Studios after the first ride where you hear her voice in the ride, the rest of them it's somebody else's voice, and it's the same thing for this book series. They're using the actress that played in the stage production. It's kind of weird.
Line Girl said, what is your take on Quest chip ingredients? Some of them have melted extra insoluble corn fiber. Love the chips. I'm worried about the stuff in it. I don't know which. I haven't seen one that has soluble corn fiber. We do them once in a while. Like maybe once every couple weeks we have some. The malted dextrin, is it the super cleanest thing? I've said before, it's not the super cleanest ingredients, but this malted dextrin's coming in the seasonings. It depends on which one you're having with the seasoning.
Usually it's a Taco Bell, like, meal that we would be eating.
Yeah.
Maybe once a week.
And, yeah, I don't even know if it's that much. We haven't even had them in, like, 2 or 3 weeks. It just depends. It doesn't bother me as so much because we're not overdoing it. We're not eating them every single day, and it's a very insignificant amount. But that's just my opinion.
Is asking what flavor I'm drinking. It's the lemon lime. I am hooked on that stuff.
That's the flavor she wants.
It's delicious to me.
Jerry said, off topic, but after buying the Ula, did you use your points for the site for a discount on a cooling pad? I did. The total came to $200.
Wow.
We bought the Uller, and then I used the points that they gave me for the Uller. I used that to get Rachel's blanket. Which, like, that was our anniversary present. It was getting those blankets. Gigi Girl said, are you fasting on your anniversary? That's not right. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. I do like to get a reaction out of Rachel.
You're about to get one.
It is fun to get a reaction.
How about no lovin's on your anniversary? You don't want that reaction.
Hey.
Family Channel.
Margaret said, my favorite book and movie is To Kill a Mockingbird.
I love that movie. Gregory Peck is so awesome. And actually the little child star...
Here's the answer to your question.
Moonstruck. Yes, you are correct. That is snap out of it. But the little girl that played Scout in that movie, still a favorite of mine.
We are way behind.
Yes.
Okay. Renee said, Becky said your favorite movie to watch with your brother is Hot Fuzz. Yeah,
right.
I know. Parrot Renee, Christmas favorite, hands down, Elf. Mine's gotta be, I don't know, it's actually changed. It was always Christmas Vacation.
Yes, I love.
But now, like, why can't I think right now? Oh my gosh.
Not Bad Santa.
Tim Allen. No, but Bad Santa is really good.
It's, Christmas with the Cranks.
Yes. I think that I cannot go Christmas without watching Christmas with the Cranks. Movie is hysterical.
When he gets the Botox in his face and like keeps dropping things out of his mouth while he's talking was awesome.
Patty says the first Die Hard is the best. See, I think it's the third one.
Brianna
the one with
says
Samuel L. Jackson is my favorite.
Willy Wonka, the older version.
Yeah.
I liked the Willy Wonka
Goonies.
One. Yes. They never say die.
Goodies is awesome. Moonstruck.
Yes.
People answering. I've never seen Top Gun all the way through. I've fallen asleep every time.
Oh, wow.
Lion Girl, by the way, favorite movie of all time is The Miracle Worker with Patty Duke and Anne Bancroft. It gets me every time.
Oh, my goodness. I have bawled my eyes out watching that movie. It's like Steel Magnolias. I mean, but it's so inspirational. A Few Good Men.
Good movie.
I know every word of Grease 2. I love you, Myra.
I don't think I've ever seen Grease 2.
Best Western indeed is Tombstone. I'm your Huckleberry.
I don't know.
I'm your Huckleberry.
I don't know.
The Santa Claus. That is a great movie. That's another Tim Allen one.
Devin said Con Air was an excellent film.
Joe, you like The Godfather 3.
I do not. I don't know where everybody. I do not like The Godfather 3.
I think we're just teasing you.
No,
it's very defensive.
They think I do not like that movie. That movie was horrible.
Terrible.
The only good thing about the movie is it kind of wrapped it up, but the acting isn't horrible, and like that, just some of it made no sense. And
I had never wanted to see a character in a movie get shot like I wanted Sofia Coppola to get shot in that movie. I couldn't believe, like, obviously nepotism because her dad was the director, but that was rough.
I don't know.
That was rough. Okay, let me see. I've got another one.
Rihanna said, I thought Hot Fuzz was horrible. It was so horrible, it was great. It was so bad.
Miriam says, my favorite movie is an oldie, Glass Bottom Boat with Doris Day. Now, I thought I'd seen every Doris Day movie, but I have never seen Glass Bottom Boat. I loved That Touch of Mink. Mm-hmm. And what was that? It was like Goodbye Lover, I think she did. I love Doris Day movies. I'm going to have to check that out.
Slapstick said, Die Hard 2 is my least favorite as well. Yes. I think Live Free and Die Hard is my favorite, but I'm also big into technology, which is what I like about that one. I also like Justin Long in it, but I also love 1 and 3. What was the movie with Gene Hackman about the technology where you're being tracked? With Will Smith.
Enemy of the State?
Enemy of the State. I guarantee you he likes that one. I love that movie too.
Okay, so here we go. Here's one.
Dances with Wolves. Great movie.
That is a great movie. That is a great movie. Now, and her hair was amazing in that movie, right? Okay, so here's another movie line. See if you know the movie. What we've got here. What we've got here is failure to communicate. That's the line. See if you can tell me what that movie
Steph's
is.
favorite Western is McClintock.
Okay, all right, I take it back. My favorite Western is McClintock. That is John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara. What a team up. Definitely one of my top favorite movies is The Quiet Man. That is the most beautiful, greatest movie. I love that movie.
Shanta said Hot Tub Time Machine was the worst. The guy took me to see it on a date to see it. I didn't like him.
Like, if this is your taste in movies...
Isn't that a pot movie?
I don't think I can date you.
Isn't that a pot movie?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a pot movie.
It's
like white. It's like the white.
I hate every druggy movie.
No, but have you guys ever seen the whole story behind, what is it? Harold and Kumar go to White Castle, like the companies that turned them down because they didn't want to be associated with that movie.
Alice in Wonderland is a drug-induced movie.
Slow Carb Girl said Fab is My Cousin Vinny.
That's definitely in the top 10 for my mom. She loves My Cousin Vinny.
Devin said, where do you store the movies you buy on iTunes? They're stored in the cloud. So what happens is, you just go to iTunes and you buy them. You can download them. I don't. We download them. I'll download a movie that I want to watch, like on an airplane on my iPad. But no, they're just all in the cloud, whatever the cloud is. And so it's nice. So we can pick up any Apple device and we all share the same account. So the boys, Rachel, myself, any of our computers, our iPads, our Apple TVs,
it's nice if you go on a trip.
Can just watch it.
You can download
wherever
a couple,
you go. If you can go to somebody's house, log into your account on their Apple TV, and you've got all of our movies. So we'll go to Rachel's mom's.
Yeah.
Log into my account, and we've got an entire library of movies to watch.
I like it. So Jonathan's actually reading The Outsiders in English versus Chinese. Was he going to read it in Chinese?
He said Nicolas Cage's best movie was Wicker Man. Yes.
I would absolutely agree with that. In forever. The Green Mile. Oh,
yeah, another great movie.
My goodness, Michael Clark Duncan is so fantastic. Like, didn't you bawl your eyes out? I love that mouse.
Kevin said Roadhouse and Coyote Ugly are my go-to movies. Big Trouble in Little China is up there with one of my favorite 80s movies.
And that is so funny. Hachi with Richard Gere, yes, with the doggy. That is like the most loyal dog.
Yep. Karen said Drop Dead I haven't seen that in years. That was a good movie.
With Phoebe Cates, who's actually married to Kevin Kline.
Yep. She said, I was embarrassed one of my friends in the theater because I was scream laughing and half the people were laughing at me. Aww. Mannequin. Yes. Mannequin. I love Mannequin.
The first one, the second one was okay, was like entertaining, but more silly.
I just like the first one.
I like the first one better. Snap out of it.
It's so hard to think of. You've got Mannequin, and then you've got Blacklist.
Okay.
For actors.
Oh, yeah, because he was in Mannequin.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like a completely different person. Like,
he is a great actor.
He's a really good actor.
And the thing is that he always played like the 1980s snobby jerk boy.
Yes.
Right? Like the guy that was named Chet. You know, because wasn't he in Pretty in Pink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sherry said, love Sound of Music, normally hate musicals. It's a great movie. Ron said, I love Big Trouble in Little
Is that
China.
the Wright family? Did you have a question for them?
Yes, Wright family. Which reminds me, guys, thank you so much for ordering all those shirts.
Yes.
Like, we never, ever expected, like, we'd get that many orders
so
from
tickled.
shirts. We had to order a bunch of shirts, so they just came today. They're sitting in a box over there, so we'll get them, like, done in the next couple of days. So, Wright family, you ordered a heather gray in a small. It is sold out, like, nationwide. That in a small, as well as that that green one that you like.
It's like a teal green.
It's not a teal. I forget what it's called.
It's
like
green.
seafoam.
It's like this green.
Yeah, that seafoam is sold out in extra large nationwide. I got to get a hold of
Why?
Aaron.
I don't know.
So anyway, I can get in that small.
Is Aaron here? I think Aaron is here.
I have this gray, or this is the color of that heather gray. I have it in all the other sizes. But I can get the small in this color or in this color. So just
let us know, or we could just
the lighter
refund your money.
Or the darker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like really upset about that.
Speaking of Erin Does the Keto, I don't know if you follow her on Instagram, but you need to. She did her makeup this week, and she looks like a movie star when she did this full face and her eyes. Oh my goodness. I have got to learn how to do my makeup like she does her makeup.
Christopher said the Matrix movies were always some of my favorite movies too, but they're not as good to rewatch, I don't think. I agree.
So it's funny.
Shooter is a movie I haven't seen a lot and enjoy every time.
Because in the moment, like when you're watching something and it's like it's forward thinking in technology, it's amazing, right? Remember like Flight of the Navigator?
Yeah.
And that was like, wow, this is so like a short circuit. That was, you couldn't even think of a robot doing those sort of things, right? Then you rewatch it after your childhood and you're like, it's kind of clunky.
It's like, what was the movie from when I was growing up? Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
And you're
that was like the greatest movie ever in the 80s. Now you go watch that movie and you're like, what was I thinking?
Right.
This movie is horrible.
Yeah, but it was good when you were little. Dirty Dancing, because nobody puts baby in a corner.
Yep. He said, I don't have a favorite. Shawshank Redemption, Suicide Kings, Reservoir Dogs, Rounders, Dead Poet Society, The Changeling, First Blood, Full Metal Jacket, A Never-Ending Story, and Fight Club. Full Metal Jacket, the first half.
Yeah, because there's two movies in that movie.
There's two movies in that movie. The first half, awesome. Second half, I usually turn it off.
Really?
I don't care about the second half of the movie at all.
Isn't that funny? But there's like two. So the best horror film, Orphan. Yes, I definitely think that is definitely up there for horror movies. Also, Let the Right One In or Let Me In. That was a vampire movie, and that was pretty scary,
Becky
too.
said Steven wants you to know that he just sold a Shaun of the Dead figure for $40, so he must not be the only one who thinks Hot Fuzz is really good.
I do not doubt that there are plenty of people that really love that movie. We're just not one of them. Of course, you don't have wings. You're a boy.
Steph said two sad favorites, La Bamba and Armageddon. Yes.
Have seen hundreds of times and cry every time I watch either of them. Yes.
And then I would also add into there, what was the one with Jennifer Lopez? About the singer that got killed.
Yes.
Oh gosh,
Man.
what's the name of that movie?
I was just reading an article about
Selena.
Yes, I was just reading an article about her because it's like an anniversary of her. Like she's been gone like almost like 25 or 30 years.
Yeah, that was a really good movie. Very sad at the end.
Sherry, Courageous. Good movie.
Shaun of the Dead.
There you go. There's somebody who loves Shaun of the Dead. How about movies that people love that I've never seen? Forrest Gump, and I'm from Savannah. Steel Magnolias. Don't waste your time. Steel Magnolias just makes me cry.
I don't like that movie at all.
Cry Baby and Pretty Woman. Never seen any of those. Well, I highly recommend Forrest Gump, Cry Baby, and Pretty Woman.
By the way, if anybody has a keto question, feel free to answer it. We're trying to make Thursdays more just kind of like a family atmosphere. But if you have keto questions, we're happy to answer.
So Amanda may be like your soulmate. Goodfellas.
I just bought Goodfellas.
One of
Again, another
favorites.
movie I don't know why. Love that movie.
It's so violent.
It's such a good movie.
Sherry says Sleepless in Seattle. Yes, I love Sleepless in Seattle. I actually love that Rita Wilson plays like Tom Hanks' sister-in-law in that movie. Isn't that kind of cute? Because they're like married in real
Devin
life.
said if you watch the later Fast and Furious, the Tokyo Drift would make more sense. Some, yes, agree. It's so left field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen everything except for last year's. I haven't seen that one yet. It's just like at the time when it came out, you're like, it's none of the characters. I mean, it just...
I really liked the ride at Universal too.
Yeah. Like Anthony hated that ride.
Ron, anything with Adam Sandler. Blended, Grown Ups, Murder Mystery. I loved
50 First Dates.
50 First Dates. I loved, what is the Wedding Singer? The Wedding Singer.
Amanda said Blended was horrible. You like that. Rachel loves Blended, but maybe because we're a blended family.
Blended.
But Rachel loves that movie.
You know what makes that movie? Terry Crews.
Yes.
Terry Crews. Blended. We are blended. I love him.
April likes Princess Bride.
Rio Bravo is a good oldie, yes. Shelley says, I love Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, but I enjoy British humor.
I like British humor too, just not Hot Fuzz.
He feels very passionate about that movie, apparently.
Blended, I'll watch it over and over again.
Right, family, we were late. Our grand dog came to visit. Did you get to
that's
announce
awesome.
your Redmond deal?
No, not I know what it is, but unfortunately, what's happening is part of we're gonna have a package, like Dr. Berry's got a package. So they're doing a package for us, and it's including the seasoned salt because that's like one of our favorite products from them.
Yeah.
And right now they're having a problem getting it in the smaller bottles, so that's what we're waiting for. But
cute.
She said it's almost there.
Christopher says, Man on the Moon was another movie I love. Portrayal of Andy Kaufman by Jim Carrey.
Yes, good movie.
And The Truman Show.
Yeah.
You know what I just watched for the first time last week
Mike
with Caleb? Hey, Mike. Was Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. He had never seen it. And he was like, how did this guy get popular? I mean, we laughed at it.
Because he could talk out of his butthole.
And he was like, he's talking out of his butthole. And I was like, that was huge at that time period. Okay. Insidious and the Conjuring series.
Ed said, everybody pop out of
Those
the
are
chat
good,
and give
scary.
these beautiful people a thumbs up. How about it? Yes, thank you very much.
So Stephanie says, is there any flavoring water drops that are 0 carbs and okay for us to have when we get tired of plain water?
Stir. But I don't like it. You have to use like the entire package. I don't think I've tried. We had Stir. We were like super excited about Stir, and it just got to the point where if we want flavored water, I just like, you know what, the once in a blue moon, and even like you'll see Keto Savage and them will say the same thing. Just get some Mio. Don't worry about it too much.
Yeah.
Don't freak. It is 0 carbs. At least most of them are. A lot of the Crystal Lights, you have to stick to the liquid ones if you're worried about, because the ones that come in a powder usually have some maltodextrin in it.
Yeah.
But you can get the little lemon packets or the little orange packets, like the True Lemon and True Lime, and add in some stevia. But if you really just want some kind of flavor, just get some Mio. Just don't overdo it.
Yeah.
You know.
But I mean, you may like the Stir because it's subtle, and some people may love it. I mean, they're obviously doing well as a company, so other people like it. But it felt very too light for me of a flavor. But it may be just right for you.
It's like a lot more expensive than the other companies.
Yeah. Christopher says, I have Scoob pre-ordered for tomorrow. Is there a new Scooby-Doo movie?
I don't know.
Coming out?
Right, now I'm gonna go look.
We tried some Halo Top keto ice cream, but the jelly donut flavor had wheat in it. What? Why are they doing that?
I have not tried any of the Halo Top keto ice creams. I know we found them in Walmart, and then when I'd gone into Walmart, the line was like all the way to the back, and I put them down. I'm like, no.
So, Weathers Wendy says, Better Late Than Never is also a hilarious special series to watch with Terry Bradshaw, Henry Winkler, William Shatner, and George Foreman going on vacation together. I feel like I saw that, but maybe I just saw the preview for that.
I feel like we need to see this.
I want to see.
I'm looking at this preview for Scoob.
It's Scoob. It is. It's a Scooby-Doo.
Oh my gosh, look at those graphics.
Look at how the amazing graphics. Oh my gosh.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I may have to get that.
Christopher, your kids are going to freak out. That's awesome.
Coming May 14th.
They're going to love
it.
So it's right now.
Why is it May 14th? Today's May 14th.
You can pre-order it. Look at, aw. Velma is cute as she could be.
Okay, so, you read that one, right?
Yeah.
Wendy?
Steven really enjoys the actor from Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, he's in a lot of different movies. Mm-hmm. Slow Down Turbo.
Fred Claus and Christmas with the Cranks are must-sees at Christmas time. Yes.
Nothing beats Christmas Vacation for Christmas movies. When you said Tim Allen and Christmas, I thought of the Santa Claus series. Yeah, those
are great too.
I love the one where he gets
don't
married.
don't forget the Danny DeVito one with the lights.
Deck the Halls.
Deck the Halls.
Yeah, Deck the Halls. I also like the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
The 3 best Christmas movies will forever be Die Hard, Gremlins, and The Ref.
Okay, Heath is now my new best friend. Okay, he is finally he's in concrete. Like, I like Heath. We're so similar because number one, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. All these people who say Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. Die Hard's a Christmas movie, and so is Gremlins. That is a Christmas movie.
He gets you.
He gets me. I like him.
You complete him. What movie's that from? You complete him, Heath.
Tim Allen dominates Christmas movies with Cranks and with the Santa Claus movies, yes. Lethal Weapon, love that too. My Cousin Vinny.
Oh, Keto on the Budget, McClintock with John Wayne and The Quiet Man. Yes, I love The Quiet Man.
White Christmas, Miriam said. Best
Yes.
Western is Unforgiven. Now we're talking. See, once again.
He's moving in, Heath. I hope you have room for him. He's moving in. Right, family. Keto donut is very good, but if you have an issue with wheat, yeah, it's in there.
Why are they putting wheat in ice cream?
I don't know.
Oh, I guess, jelly donut, they're trying to get the flavor of a donut, but I don't know. I don't know.
Jerry, I love all Doris Day movies. She was my all-time favorite. Love Her Come Back. Yes, that was such a good one, too.
Funniest John Wayne movie ever is McClintock.
He is hilarious. And Maureen O'Hara, makes it. That woman is gorgeous and also willing to get a laugh. And actually, the mom from not the Addams Family, but Munsters is also in McClintock. It's really good.
Christopher hasn't seen it in movie.
Okay, so he's got it. Cool Hand Luke. That was the movie quote. What we've got here is failure to communicate. Good job.
Christopher hasn't seen Enemy of the State. He said he just went on his watch list. Not sure. If you like technology, it's very similar to the Die Hard movie. The whole premise is that Gene Hackman used to work for the CIA, and he developed most of the tracking stuff. And honestly, that movie came out before what you have now, where everybody's got a cell phone and you know about all the tracking. So it was kind of a little far-fetched for back then, which obviously now it's not. But it's a great movie.
Okay,
what do you got over there?
I got a toughie. All right, here's the movie quote. What movie is this from? You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody instead of a bum, which is what I am. What quote is that from? What movie?
Oh, Major Pain. That's another funny movie.
I always said, oh my goodness, that line where he goes, where the kid does not understand him, and he goes, I'll make him understand him. I'm going to put my foot in his... That's awesome.
Somebody asked if it was Stripes. Now, obviously it wasn't Stripes, but Stripes, I think, is one of my favorite Bill Murray movies. I mean, he's got a lot of good movies, but Stripes is definitely up there.
Marley and Me, except the end. Yes, like Old Yeller, except the end. I like Old Yeller, except the end. The kids never even knew what the real ending to Old Yeller was until they went to school and they showed it at school.
Jerry said Christmas, Bells of St. Mary's.
Because I turned it off. I turned it off in a good part when we would watch it at home.
Bells of St. Mary's.
Oh, that is a good one with Bing Crosby. Oh, that's a good one. Little Big League may be my favorite baseball movie, though. The Natural was always my dad's favorite baseball movie. House was the dad. House was the dad in Stuart Little. Mm-hmm. Yes, he was, and he's so friendly. I remember watching Stuart Little and then watching House, and I was like, "Gosh, that dad from Stuart Little is kind of like a jerk." Right? Because he was tough. I mean, it was an interesting movie, an interesting series.
Like you said, he's graying. Yes, depends on what size.
Tara. Hey, Tara Simpson. Hi, family.
Roadhouse. My son is named Dalton after that movie. My daughter is named Kira from Xanadu, which is a horrible movie.
But that's a really cool name.
Shonda said, I need all these movies to be added to the Facebook page so I can copy them because clearly I do not watch nothing.
Brianna says,
Hunt for Red October, War Games, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Spencer Tracy to Serve Love. Those are all great movies.
Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with Spencer Tracy is such a great, great movie. I loved it. Keto and Budget says, I love Aaron. How can you not? I just love Aaron.
Yeah, Kathleen said James Spader is also in Pretty in Pink.
Yeah.
Every Humphrey Bogart and Katharine Hepburn movie ever.
I don't want to spoiler alert Pretty in Pink, but here you go. Why did she not end up with Ducky? Why?
Yes!
That is the only thing wrong with that movie. That was a great, great movie, but she should have ended up with Ducky.
Well, you know what the problem with Boys Over Flowers is, right?
No, she got it right.
Up with the wrong guy.
They totally got it right. Boys Over Flowers, correct.
No.
Pretty in Pink, incorrect.
No. I agree, Pretty in Pink.
Heather says, Shanta, I prefer the Hobbit movies over the Lord of the Rings.
I agree.
Carmen says, The Third Man, also one of my top black and white movies ever. I've got to check that one. I've never seen The Third Man. Valley Girl was a sign of the times. Loved it. Yes, I love movies that really capture whatever decade they're in. Clueless captured the 90s for me.
Keto on a budget, Clueless.
There you go. We're think alike. Because exactly, it was just all of the fashion, everything was just It was a snapshot.
Sherry's The Flight of the Navigator, and then Keto on the Budget. I watched it yesterday.
To me, I feel like Carrie, the movie Carrie, and I know it's a horror movie, it really captured the 70s for me, right? Like, you can see the hair, the outfits, everything in the 70s.
Christopher bought a DVD collection of all 23 Marvel movies from the last 10 years. I love that.
I feel like that is a good
That's a good
purchase,
purchase.
and you're going to watch that over and over again.
Good Will Hunting, another great movie.
Yeah, that is a good movie.
Rambo Last Gut Blood was very gory.
Was that the last one?
It's the last one.
Joe just watched it, and he...
Right, is that the last one?
The
Yes, that's the very last... The
He's
part
got
where
his-
he, like, rips his heart out, I'm
Joe-
like... I had to replay that over and over. I'm like, that was awesome.
But Joe comes out, and his eyes are like this big, and he's like, I just saw the last Rambo movie, and it is bloody.
I had to see it. First of
I
all, I
was like,
like
it's
all the
Rambo.
Rambo movies. I grew up with the Rambo movies. I remember being at Boy Scout camp.
Did you
Like,
have the utility knife?
I had the knife, and honestly, that's what got me. My dad always taught me how to shoot a regular bow and arrow, but Rambo is what made me buy a compound bow,
Right. 'cause
which
that's
is
what
in
he's-
our attic. That was the bow that we used to go hunting with. Is I had a compound bow when I was like 14 because of Rambo.
Okay, here's the most important thing, though. Did you wear the bandana around your head?
No,
Okay.
I was too fat for that. It wouldn't fit around my head.
How is your head fat?
Corpus Christi has a Selena monument, and they go nuts at this time of year.
Oh, wow.
Stacey said, Selena, I loved her, grew up with her music. I remember coming home, hearing the news, and crying uncontrollably. Now I want to watch that movie.
Me too.
Why do I want to watch that movie? It's so sad.
It is, but it was just like, one thing.
The music in it is awesome.
It's awesome. They couldn't have picked a better actress to play
No,
it. I
she
think
was awesome.
she really did that part well. She was gorgeous in it, but really looked like Selena, and I think she honored her music. But it's still like, I couldn't wrap my mind around the fact that that woman that was so close to her is the one that killed her.
Yeah.
It just,
Heather said, I like her movie Enough as well. I think that is one of my favorite Jennifer Lopez movies.
Enough is so awesome, and it's kind of right there in the vein with Sleeping with the Enemy.
Yeah.
Sleeping with the Enemy is kind of like, I've had enough of you women, like movie.
I just love Enough.
Enough is
in
good.
fact, I just recently watched Enough.
I feel like that was her worst hairstyle in a movie, though. Worst hairstyle.
Mary likes Pete's Dragon.
Yes. That actually had a good soundtrack.
But the Elvis movies, there were a lot of them. All the same
same
plot,
plot.
yes. But I was a huge fan.
I did like the one, Follow That Dream, that was supposed to take place in, like, Florida. I mean, it did take place in Florida. And I think they taped it in Florida. But that was a really good movie.
Heather likes sad movies.
Had fried green tomatoes and steel magnolias. The only thing was, I remember being very surprised at fried green tomatoes and like how they got rid of the husband and stuff like that. It was like, I remember being like, oh, that was good.
Devin just enjoyed the last John Wick.
John
Yes,
Wick.
We have all of those. Those are great
Awesome movie.
movies.
Also, Red.
Yeah,
like
it's
those.
not as good as John Wick, but it's up there.
But it's up there. Spanglish. That's a good Adam Sandler movie.
Click. There's another good movie.
Cool Hand Luke had failure to communicate line.
The Hunger Games series. We just
We just
rewatched the
finished that.
Hunger Games series. I love that. The other one that
You really like is the Divergent
I
series.
love the Divergent series.
But they didn't finish
and
that
it
series.
just pisses me off to no end
say that
they
word.
did not finish it because, okay, granted the last one wasn't that great, but finish the series. I mean, and then
Don't leave me hanging.
they have this idea of like, well, it didn't do well in the movie theater, so we're going to release the last one direct to TV, and the entire cast was like, we did not sign up for a direct to TV movie, so we're not coming back. So they just never
Made me
made
sad.
it, and so you don't get to see the end of this series. You're 3 movies in, and there's no ending.
They win. They win. Happily ever after.
And I'm not reading the book because I don't like to read.
Maze Runner, Fever Pitch, the Divergent series, and Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Keto question. When I'm doing 2 meals and want to add my dessert to that meal instead of 2 hours later, how much time is okay to stretch out the meal and snack before it causes a different spike?
It's so hard to say. I think you're good there. To me, it's more of keep an eating window. I don't look at I think you're better off looking at what is your eating window. I think you're better off having, say, I'm going to eat from 12 o'clock till 7 o'clock and then eat whatever in there. But the key is not eating from 7 o'clock till 12 o'clock the next day. That's where you're really going to get a benefit. If you have that meal like an hour after, if it takes about an hour and a half for your blood sugars to start coming back down, you're good there. I wouldn't worry about it too much. That's a lot of times what I'll do is like if I eat, I'm usually full with my meal, and I still have we had lunch, and I still had to have a piece of my keto brick, and so I wait about an hour and then I eat that, because otherwise that thing is just going to make me feel really ridiculously stuffed. And then I'm not going to enjoy it.
Right. Cat's here.
Dinner was taco salad again.
I love taco salad. So Myra says, forcing myself to eat my third keto chow for the day, not hungry for it, but don't want to miss out on the nutrition and calories. Or should I not eat if I'm not hungry? With that, you kind of want to eat it.
I would absolutely eat it. Yeah. I would absolutely eat, because you do want to get, you don't want to not get your calories in. Because then what's going to happen is you're going to slow down your metabolism. So if you're not eating enough food, which is one of the problems that could happen when people do OMAD too long. If you're doing OMAD and you're not eating enough food, what happens is eventually your body does slow down the metabolism to adjust for the amount of food you're eating. So that's why you'll see a lot of people like Thomas DeLawler and, Goody Beats and Robert and stuff. They talk about having refeed days or just changing it up, never always eating the same exact amount. Robert will do a thing where you're on a cut, and then you're going to have a refeed day where it's just unlimited. You're going to eat double the amount of food of normal, and then you may start going back up, and he'll bring you down, and you'll get to a certain point, and then he's going to bring you up, and then he's going to bring you down again, but it's just constantly tricking your body so that you're not limiting the calories too much. So
Goody Beats had such a funny picture today about being a coach and stopping somebody that he's coaching from doing something wrong, and it's a slow motion video of him smacking a fast food meal out of this guy's hands, and it is hilarious.
Yeah, but especially with keto chow, you want to make sure you're getting nutrition. If you're not eating anything else, make sure you're getting those in there.
Kristen says, I want a peanut butter cup, but it needs to be keto. So, yeah, definitely the Chalk Zero ones are back
Zero.
when they're...
Lily's are good. I love the Chalk Zero. The Chalk Zero ones are the closest that you're going to find to an actual peanut butter cup.
Yeah. Good question, Jerry. It was a good question. Carmen says, almost any Robin Williams movie. Same for...
Good Morning Vietnam.
Yeah. Okay, so Sherry loved Divergent as well. Let's see. Yes, somebody else had said, have you tried the Chalk Zero peanut butter cups? The Ugly Dachshund, if you haven't seen it. I have not seen that.
I've never even heard of it.
The Ugly Dachshund. I've got to try that. So I tried the Stir Blueberry. Tasted too chemically. Okay. Let's see. Alan says, good evening, made it to a live. I'm glad you're here, Alan. So Kristen says, I will try it since you say I should. Okay. So Devin says she's drinking a keto chow now, got a headache though, and wanted the pain to pass. Aw, that's sad.
Have you seen Doris Day with Brian Keith? With 6 You Got Egg Roll?
Yes. I actually recently had watched that movie, and that is a really cute movie too. He's Brian Keith from Family Affair, right? I think it was the name of the movie where it was the Mrs. Beasley doll. The little kid had the little Mrs. Beasley doll. He was such a great guy. I thought that was the best version of Parent Trap. Yeah, I like the Brian Keith and Maureen O'Hara version.
Mary said, what are your views on tapioca fiber and keto products? Honestly, this is going to sound weird. It depends on the company, and it depends on how much is in there. The reason I say that is there's good soluble corn fibers or soluble tapioca fiber, and there's bad ones. Unfortunately, what they've done now is, because IMOs are made from tapioca, they can kind of get around the rules and label it as tapioca fiber. So my feeling is I need to know the company. I need to know that it's a reputable company, a company like Perfect Keto or a company like Heka. Companies that will send their stuff out and make sure it's tested and that kind of stuff. I also don't eat anything that's a ton of fiber. I don't like companies that play fiber games. We talk about it all the time in our reviews. If I look at a bar and there's 18 carbs in it, total carbs, and 15 of them are fiber, I'm usually staying away from that because they're using that fiber to be a sweetener, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
But again, for me, once in a while, it doesn't bother me. I do like what Dr. Berry says. Just remember, regardless of what anybody says, that fiber is at least partially digested. So my suggestion is, if you're going to follow a net carb, only deduct half of the fiber. So, and that's what Dr. Berry, what he had said is it may not be 4 grams per, but it's at least 2 grams. So if it's got 10 grams of tapioca fiber in there, only deduct 5 if you're doing net carbs, and then you're going to be better off.
So Carmen says, Mike is my go-to for homemade keto aid and my homemade yogurt. I love yogurt. Joe, have you watched the Divergent series yet since you like Hunger Games? Yes. Definitely.
I own it.
A fave. I've tried 2 of the Halo Top ice creams and didn't like either one. Samir says the new Scooby movie, Blue Falcon will be in it. Blue Falcon,
cool.
Really? Mio go-to flavoring for my homemade yogurt. Yeah, that Keto in the Chaos.
Keto Chaos does that.
Yeah.
I never thought about that until I saw her doing that. All-time favorite, Tombstone with Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer.
I love that movie.
Miriam said, yes, I've seen that one. I really like her series with Rock Hudson.
Yeah, all the movies that she's in.
Throw Mama from the Train.
Oh, my gracious. So that mom from Throw Mama and the Train is also in Goonies.
Yeah. Yep. Jingle All the Way. All of the Avengers movies.
Gremlins opens to interpretation.
She's talking about, is it a Christmas movie? It is absolutely a Christmas movie.
Constance says, make sure you check the ingredients in Mio, as some do contain maltodextrin. Yeah, always check flavors. Different flavors a lot of times have different things. He
said if Joe is moving, he's on bacon duty. Deal.
Bright Family says, Bruce Willis is good in the new Death Wish. I have not seen that.
I didn't know there was a new Death Wish movie. I may have to go see that.
Gotta see that. Devin says, my mom can't watch The Ring. When the girl comes out of the TV, she freaks out. Yes. Yes, that scares me as well.
Polar Express and The Family Stone for Christmas movies.
The Family Stone makes me cry a river. Oh my goodness. It is so good and meaningful, but yeah, I cry.
Sherry said, Alfred Hitchcock movies, love them, especially Rear Window. I really like Rear Window.
So
you know what I like? I like The Birds. I wanted Rachel to watch The Birds again. She's like, there is no way I'm watching that movie again.
Well, yeah, I don't want to be upset scared of my chickens that are coming. So Alfred Hitchcock was such an incredible director, and I was just talking to somebody recently that I think that, is it Peele? J. Peele? I always think J. Peele, his new movie is the one that he did, like Get Out, and This Is Us, or the one that was, oh my goodness. I think he is the new Alfred Hitchcock of our age. Yeah. I really do. I believe that. He's putting out incredible movies and just such well done directing.
Renee said, I add fresh lime juice and apple cider vinegar for a little flavor. I'd rather have a natural carb than the chemicals. Those two are good for me.
Yeah.
Ray wants to know why you're not an actress.
Because I get nervous. And I have a hard time remembering my lines. Meet the Parents.
It's a good movie.
Don't make me expel you from the circle of trust. Raging Bull. Yes, that was a great movie, but sad.
Yeah.
Man.
Didn't I just buy that too?
You might have.
I bought a lot of movies during this quarantine period. Christopher said, I just sliced up and froze 10 pounds of bacon that I don't even get to eat. It was an item for a fundraiser that I have to give away. Aww. I just keep making bacon. And yeah, our freezer is getting full and full and full of bacon. But like, whenever we can find a pork belly, I buy one.
I could eat bacon every single day. Rocky. I loved Rocky. The first one is my favorite.
Becky said, Steven says Rotten Tomatoes has Hot Fuzz rated 91%. Well, there's a lot of people that don't know what the good movie is. And but Godfather 60. I can't believe Godfather 3 is that high.
I feel like
that is like scary that it's that high.
Godfather 3 should be like 2%.
Not a good movie.
Field of Dreams, yes.
The Godfather movie that I like, just for clarification, is Godfather 2.
Godfather 2.
I think Godfather 2 was a better one than Godfather 1.
What?
I do.
You like Godfather 2 better than Godfather 1?
I like them both, but I like Godfather 2. I wish they would have done it the other way. But see, back to the Laserdiscs.
Okay.
When Laserdiscs came out, they actually released the Godfather series in chronological order.
Oh, so they had
So they really cut up the entire movie on Laserdisc, and you were able to watch in chronological order from like when he's born, like all the way through. That was an interesting way to
Very
watch the movie
interesting.
instead of the bouncing back and forth that you see in Godfather 2.
There's
Hunt for Red October, War Games, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Yeah, we read that.
There's a lot of movies where they kind of capitalize on like going back and forth.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino does
Varsity
that.
Blues.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I haven't seen that in forever.
Love War Games. Yeah. Lisa said liquid Mio, no maltodextrin. Most of the powdered water flavors have maltodextrin. Yep. Hunt for Red October is a great movie.
The Untouchables. I haven't watched that in like forever either.
Ray says yes, he should have stayed with Ducky.
Yes. Ducky was the best.
I've never seen any of the Hobbit movies.
If you're going to watch Enemy of the State, you should also watch Bait.
Yes.
It too was a movie before its time, technology-wise.
Yep.
Okay, so and Mother's Day, Christine. That was a scary
Breakfast
movie.
Club.
That's another Stephen King movie. Wasn't Christine was the car that was scary?
Pet Cemetery.
Pet Cemetery. Stand By Me. Not Stand By Me. Yeah. Stand By Me. Yeah, he wrote that too.
Yeah.
Stephen King.
Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken.
I got hubby on the Rambo movies, and he loves them. Somebody else wants to... Oh, Officer and a Gentleman.
There's another good movie. We talked about that a couple weeks ago.
It's got some naughty parts, but...
Mostly at the end.
But very good.
When he commits suicide.
Yeah, well, I mean, and there's some...
He said,
Adult
fun
stuff.
fact, during his Comedy Central roast, Bruce Willis claims that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, but of course he is wrong.
Yeah, he's wrong.
Yes, he's wrong.
The Lost Boys.
Another great movie.
Great vampire movie. And definitely a snapshot of the 80s. Right, family says, I was using liquid Mio electrolyte when Lucy Reed kicks my butt. Okay. Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
What Terminator do you like?
Second one.
Terminator 2. Okay, Auntie Val got the quote. It is from On the Waterfront. Yes. Perfect. On the
Shelley
Waterfront.
said, my favorite John Candy movies are Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I actually like The Great Outdoors. That's my favorite John Candy movie. And Uncle Buck.
Summer Rental.
Summer Rain. We just watched Summer Rental.
That's a great one. Big. That's a great... Wall Street.
Yes.
Did you see the Wall Street when they... reunited recently? They did another Wall Street movie. It was okay. It was okay, but it was interesting. Okay, so
we're almost done here.
I've got another one. Oh, the Expendables series, hilarious. Yes, I love seeing all of those actors brought together back again.
Yeah. Last question here.
Oh, okay. Here's another quote. Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. What is the original movie that quote is from? Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the
Mira
earth.
said best bad movie is Tremors.
Oh, yeah, that was bad. Oh, okay. Return to Me, Miriam suggested. Yes, that is a beautiful movie. And I loved seeing Carol O'Connor from All in the Family.
Yep.
Was in that.
Tara said Legally Blonde, Pretty Woman, anything with Tom Hanks, The Blind Side, 2 weeks notice.
2 weeks notice.
Clerks.
She's my comic girl. 2 weeks notice was awesome.
Cheryl says you like musicals. Chicago is my favorite.
Yes.
I like Chicago was a good movie.
Actually,
Mine was actually Victor Victoria, but I like any Julie Andrews movie.
Like Princess Diaries?
No, I mean her musicals.
Oh, okay.
But I got to see her on Broadway, so.
Sherry says, we have a TV in booking, and the guys were watching a movie called 300. I had to turn my back on it because heads were flying. I actually really like, this is Sparta. Usually if the kids, like, argue with me about something, like, why are we doing this, or, you know, where we're at, I will say that. This is Sparta.
But they said Commando. That was a good movie.
Ooh, that was a scary movie. That was with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yep. Christopher said, I agree, reading is the worst.
The worst, Jerry. The worst.
Brendan said, my husband will kill me for this, but one of his favorite movies is The Cutting Edge. He watches it every time it comes on. I absolutely will stop and watch that movie every time it comes on.
It was one of my dad's favorites, too.
Every time it comes on, I will watch it. Your dad and I had a lot in common with movies, except for he was a huge John Wayne fan, and I've never been a big John Wayne fan.
He did like John Wayne, but his father-in-law was John Wayne. And he loved his father-in-law.
And it's funny because, yeah, for me... Rachel and I were talking about the other day, most people were either a John Wayne fan, or they were a Clint Eastwood fan.
And
when it came to Westerns, a lot of people like one or the other. I'm more of a Clint Eastwood Western guy. Like, I own all of his Westerns.
The thing is that some of the John Wayne movies were like clunky, kind of became like Elvis Presley movies. They were just like
They're all
very
the same.
formulaic.
Yep.
But you loved them because you loved him.
Yeah.
You know, so some of the movies were just really great. Like The Quiet Man, a great movie. Like just a really good movie. And then some of the movies are not as great, but you just love them because you love him.
Sherry said Divergent ticked me off as well. I read all the books and they are better, but the books are always better. Renee said I read Stephen King's It and 10 Years at Pet Cemetery. Scary.
Keto on Budget, I have my meal and then dessert at dinner, then fast 16 hours.
Yeah, you're fine.
April, Pearl Harbor and The Notebook are really good movies too. So my grandparents lived The Notebook. That was absolutely them and their love affair. I actually couldn't even watch The Notebook because when I found out about like that whole storyline and how he like, you know, it was just beautiful. They had a beautiful romance.
Devin said, have you seen 6 Souls or 13 Sins? I took them both with me on my last I've not heard of either one. 7. There's another movie.
What's in the box? What's in the box? I want to say that every single time we do an unboxing.
And then I'm thinking of the Denzel Washington movie. They just recently turned into a TV series.
The Bone Collector.
Yes. I love that movie. That's
great
a great movie. Renee said, I don't usually have patience for subtitles, but I didn't move with Parasiter?
Kristen says, the Mio I drink does not have bad stuff. The Halo Top I ate was horrible. Apocalypse Now.
Good movie.
Tara Simpson, you've got mail and When Harry Met Sally. When Harry Met Sally is definitely one of my favorite movies. Mm-hmm. Now, some movies I watch when I'm not in a good place. One of the ones you could always tell I was super depressed when I would watch Reality Bites. I don't know why. I love that movie, but it's usually when I'm in a funk that I watch it.
Rhonda said, what are our thoughts on the May Keto Crate? Good or bad or otherwise? We just received mine and I'm not too keen. I feel like the Keto box was horrible this month. It was horrible. I thought we liked the Keto Crate. I thought it had a lot of good products in it that we liked.
I think so.
Yeah, it did.
We definitely put up a video so you could see what our reactions to it was.
I seem to remember really liking this, but the Keto box was horrible. And oh my gosh, that Zone Perfect, which we've had before and I've never ever tried. I was like, one of these days I'm going to do a review on it.
Wish it was Keto Chow.
Wow, that stuff is bad. And then Anthony had his girlfriend come over and he's like, you need to try that. She was like, why do I want to try something that you are telling me is disgusting?
It is the beginning of this. Is this bad? Taste this and see if it's bad.
It is so bad. Somebody actually sent me a message, an email today saying that like, you guys used water, but you said almond milk. The directions say water. Because at first, I actually poured almond milk to make it. And then when I read the directions saying water, I'm like, oh, we're going to follow the directions. And then down on the bottom it says, you can also use almond milk.
I feel like, yeah, he was so impassioned. He couldn't wait for me to try it either.
It was disgusting.
He's going out and buying it to tell people, this is the worst thing I've ever tasted.
Keto Budget said, I just ordered some Chalk Zero yesterday, waiting on them to restock the peanut butter cups.
Yes.
Bad Robin Williams movie, Popeye. Yes.
I watched Hook, and there was some magical moments in Hook because I was watching it when I was young, but like it was kind of clunky too for a Robin Williams
Gigi
movie.
Girl said the peanut butter Chug Zero cups are always sold out. Yeah, that's because they're new. I messaged them and they said, "Oh, we're going to be getting some in. We're going to be restocking more
Mrs.
and more."
Doubtfire and the Birdcage.
Somebody told me, by the way, for those of you, I want to say it was Christopher. They restock on Fridays, so maybe check.
On Disney Plus, the Ugly Duckling should be on there. I gotta check that out. Married to Keto. Hey y'all. Hey, how's it going?
Christopher said Chalk Zero is restocking tomorrow evening. The dark and white chocolate, I believe they said, don't beat me to them.
Right. Tara says I ordered some Chalk Zero. I could speak. I can do that. Treats for my June getaway with my sister and should be here tomorrow. Who agrees that Steven Seagal's best flick was Under Siege?
Under Siege, yeah. I like a lot of his movies, especially the early stuff. But Under Siege is probably his best one.
I like that he can fight, and Fire Down Below is another good one. But I love the fact...
That's where he started kind of like going off the deep end with some of his like thoughts.
He could fight an entire group of people and never move all of his body. It was just his arms. He didn't even have a facial expression. Like, yeah, just take on an entire army, but like barely move. Christopher says, I haven't been able to get milk chocolate yet.
Stacy.
Christopher says that he's going to make his own Chalk Zero. That's probably a wise thing to do, honestly. You can just make them using a fat bomb.
Yeah.
Use the chocolate and then put a little bit of peanut butter that you like and then another chocolate on top.
Yep. Maria said, use your Rubman discount code today. Thanks. Yeah, some people were messaging me that the discount code wasn't working, which was weird because I had checked it this morning and it was working. But I did message Julie over at Redmond, and she said there was some kind of a glitch that it wasn't working for some people. So she said it's fixed. It should be working. Let's see. Constance said, did you eat the keto version of Halo Top? Yeah.
Mike likes Alfred Hitchcock movies too. Ray says, what do y'all watch to get in a happy or good mood?
We flip through whatever is in our, like iTunes account. I would say probably at least 50% of the time we do stop on Birdcage.
The Birdcage will,
that is
Robin
usually
Williams
you can't watch that and
doldrums.
not just get in a good mood when you watch that movie.
Honestly, that's when I kind of turn to Harry. I turn to Harry Potter and all the kids over at Hogwarts to kind of.
Yeah, but if you just want to laugh, that's probably
of
one of our go-to laugh movies.
Oh yeah, that's gonna make me laugh. The long trailer, Yours, Mine, and Ours, with Lucille Ball.
Yep,
those ones make me happy too. Another movie I have watched many times is The Prestige. Yes, there was another movie that came out about the same time. What was it? That was like magic. It was the same type of thing. There was The Prestige, and then there was this other movie. You guys will know. Somebody will know. Shelly says we eat bacon 2 times a day, every day. I feel like that is a great plan.
That's a good plan.
That's a good plan. Sex in the City. Yes. There's so much fashion in that movie.
I know that is Chris making that comment because they were in the car. Miriam said, we're going into the canyon camping when Joe reads this comment. Everyone have a great day.
Have a good time on that trip.
They're on their phone.
Stacy says Princess Diaries. Yes, I love the Princess Diaries.
Rocky was our first date. Now 43 years later.
Oh, how romantic!
Was our first movie?
Are we there yet? It was pretty cute.
It was pretty appropriate for us.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like we're living that. Christopher says, is this considered a movie when it gets to 2 hours? If so, it's a pretty solid movie. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Hey, we're only at 1 hour and 15 minutes. We're about to get off, though.
Keto on a Budget says Inner Space with Dennis Quaid
yes,
and Meg Ryan.
I like that movie.
That was a great movie. Also, another Meg Ryan movie, and also John Candy. What was the one with it was John Candy and Eugene Levy, and they worked for an armored car dealership, and Eugene Levy and him, they had to dress up in drag.
Yes.
What was that movie?
I cannot remember the name of it. That was a great movie.
That was a great movie.
He says, in my own opinion, the best vampire movie is From Dusk Till Dawn. Absolutely.
Yes. Great vampire movie. The Ghost in My Girl. My Girl, I have thought so many times, in order to have beautiful flowers around our home, I have thought, we need to do a little beekeeping. My Girl is still preventing me from having bees around our house.
I would have a bee farm in a heartbeat if I actually ate honey.
I just think, it does amazing things for your yard.
I know.
But
I have a couple friends that do bees.
My Girl.
Renee said the great outdoors, why I stopped eating hot dogs.
There you go. Right, family. Reed is a trainer on YouTube. She's so good. Okay. The Accountant was good. A classic y'all should watch is All Good Girls Go to Paris. Love the 1940s and 50s movies. I loved Sabrina with Audrey Hepburn.
Yep,
that is a
movie.
great classic movie. Maltese Only You. That's a good movie with Marissa Tomei.
Yep. I'm a movie list fanatic. I get genre lists online and watch every single movie on the list in order. So far, finished the complete list of Hitchcock, American Sign Language, Disney.
Wow.
Rain Man.
Pulp Fiction. Oh, okay, so somebody got... Well, the quote was... no, there's one more quote out. On the Waterfront was the quote. But there's a new one that's still... Today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. Cocoon. I haven't seen
I
Cocoon
haven't
in
seen
forever.
that. I don't need to see it again either.
It was the baseball player Lou Gehrig. Yes, it was that movie. Was that? But can you remember what the name of the movie was? The Pride of the Yankees. There you go. Good job, Mary.
I love Cutting Edge. Yep, great movie.
My dad and I watch The Fugitive every time it comes on.
So do we. Every time it comes on, well, now we don't have TV, but whenever it would come on TV, we would watch it.
I Didn't Kill My Wife. I find a lot of the old classic movies on YouTube.
Go ahead and make my day. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for, like for the Clint Eastwood movies to go on sale, is all the Dirty Harry movies. That's what because Rachel's never seen any of the Dirty Harry movies. I'm like, how have you not seen the Dirty Harry movies? Because
when they were coming out, they were too violent for my little eyes to watch. So Renee recently watched Temple Grandin. That was a good movie. That's a good movie. It's the lady from that. What's the show that you like watching, where she's like a spy? I can't remember her name now. You've been watching her.
Oh, I finished it. The series is over.
Yeah.
Very upsetting.
What is it upsetting? What was the series name?
The end of the movie, I can't even think right now. Homeland. No.
Homeland.
Yeah.
Homeland. It's the actress from Homeland.
So who saw that the ending was one of the worst. The only thing I think is worse than that ending is actually still Sopranos.
That was so disappointing. Okay, so have we ever watched Mystery Science Theater 2000? That is a great series if you're interested in laughing.
Denzel in Equalizer 2. I have not seen either of his movies, and I keep seeing them go on sale on iTunes, and I'm going back and forth. Do I want those? Do I not want those?
Mary says you do. We got to check it out.
A series, if you haven't seen it, is Prison Brothers. Ooh.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yes. I liked the original one. I hadn't seen the ones that have the ladies in them.
Lion Girl said Academy Award movies, James Bond movie list. Currently working on a list of movie musicals, watching everything from the year 1948 right now, which includes Easter Parade. We just watched that.
We just watched that for Easter. I love Easter Parade. One of my very favorites. I liked An American in Paris. That was another. What was another one we just watched? It was Frank Sinatra, and it was the other guy from Easter Parade.
Gosh, why can't
For the Boys?
No.
It was good.
You're making me think about this now.
So Blessed says Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Breakfast Club, and P.S. I Love You. I loved P.S. I Love You, even though it did make me cry, but it was also very heartwarming. And Harry Connick Jr. was in that movie. Keto on a Budget says, I got the Keto box and was so disappointed this month. Another bad month, and I'll cancel that subscription. Yeah, absolutely. If it is not working for you, like, don't pay for something you don't enjoy. Oh, there it is.
On the Town.
On the Town was a musical that we just recently watched.
I also bought, which you need to watch that, Taxi Driver.
Yes. I've never seen Taxi Driver.
I can't believe you've never seen that movie. There's like so many stars in that movie. They weren't stars back then, but they're stars now.
Jodie Foster's in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't she a prostitute?
Yes. April said movies that I can stop and watch every time they're on TV. Liar, Liar, Man in the Iron Mask. Do not ask another question. We got to get off.
Oh, are we? Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, but I loved Brokeback Mountain and used up a box of tissues. I cried at that movie too.
Stacey, they just logged on and they are selling a mini waffle maker with a 3-pack of syrup for $29.99.
$29.99.
We actually have that waffle maker on the way.
We shouldn't tell... What?
We actually have that waffle maker on the way.
Joseph. Miriam, in the canyon, losing signal now. Tara says, neither the Keto box nor the Keto crate impressed me this month. Hoping next month is better. At least I'll get the Max Mallows from this month in my June crate, and those are delicious. The Max Mallows really are really good.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm thinking maybe there were a couple of things that I liked.
You were not impressed with the Keto box.
The Keto box, no. The best thing out of the Keto box was those meat sticks. And then we wanted to go order the salamis and stuff, and they're all sold out.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's frustrating because now you've teased me.
And, well, I'm going to order the meat sticks, and I threw out my discount card, so I had to message Aaron, like, over at High Fat, High Fun, because I know he gets the Keto box. I'm like, do you happen to still have your card? He sends me a picture. He had literally just thrown it in the garbage can.
In the garbage.
So it's like, here's the picture of it, and it's sitting in the garbage can. He sends me the code.
Thanks, Aaron.
Since they just made chaffles for Jamie's, maybe I should make chaffles. I still have to eat.
I want some chaffles.
2 eggs, 1 tablespoon of softened butter, 1 tablespoon of softened cream cheese.
It tastes like a McGriddle. Okay, so here, Mario Perez saying Castaway really makes me think. I'm wondering because they have to be taping some movie right now, even though we're in like the quarantine situation, do you think that we're going to get a batch of movies that are like a one actor movie, like Castaway, where you don't have a bunch of people in a crowded space?
No, because you have a bunch of people that have to film it still.
I know, but you know what they'll do is kind of get away with stuff by...
A lot of movies have been put on hold. I know they put the Fast and the Furious was in the middle of filming, and it's now not coming out till next year.
But I'm wondering if we won't get some, like, monologuing.
It's going to be a horrible summer movie.
You think so?
Yeah. Christopher said, I don't rewatch as many movies as I used to. I just keep turning on Family Guy in the Office the last while. And then my wife and I watch Community with me now. TV shows are keeping me from movies. See, It's funny. We're the reverse because we got rid of cable. We're just rewatching movies.
But those are all shows that we watched.
Yeah.
Family Guy, The Office, Parks and Rec, Armed and Dangerous.
Yes, there you go. That was the movie.
What? Rachel is stumped on a movie title? My favorite character was the hunter in Bambi.
Beaches, yes.
Did you just hear what...
I saw that. I was ignoring it.
The hunter in Bambi.
Keto with Trisha said Beaches with Bette Midler. Great
that made me cry so hard.
Topper and Topper 2, old classic, very good. Love the movies with Don Knotts, yes.
Was he in... What was the one that he was in where he's a fish?
I have no idea.
He's a fish.
I don't know.
In a cartoon.
People are tired.
I'm sorry. Have to go to bed.
Indiana Jones.
Yes.
I've never heard of Orphan, but I love a good scare, and y'all mentioned it. I have to try to find it.
Steph doesn't watch horror as much. Phantasm broke me from horror movies. I've never seen that, so it must have been really scary.
Right Family said no Dirty Harry movies. They're great.
Brenda says, do you remember the movie called Magic from the 70s about a ventriloquist dummy with Anthony Hopkins? I still have issues from watching that at 6 or 7 years old. Yes, some of the ones, I can remember the Tales from the Dark Side series, that show, like I still can picture scary images. I think it's the time frame in which you watch it. Like if you're a kid when you watch it, like, ugh.
Christopher said, I ate that meat stick right after your video. I'm going to have to order those now, too. The salt was really good. The salt is really good. I still want salt from Laguna Beach. You can get some Redmonds, add a little bit of rosemary in there, and you'll have the same thing.
Brianna had to miss a little because she was putting her chickens to bed. They asked me to tell you that their favorite movie is Chicken Run. I don't want to be a pie. I don't like gravy.
SMCLA, Shawshank, best movie ever. No matter where it is, when I stumble on TV, I have to watch it to the end. That is me. Movie industry is shut down.
So you do good with the comments. Vice Grip Garage has 1,000 to 2,000 people on his, and he don't use slow mode. Stephanie says, Four Brothers was another one of my favorites.
It's a good movie.
Christopher says, I don't have cable either. I watch all those TV shows on Netflix and Hulu. The Hunter was Keto from Bambi. That is the saddest thing. There is a lot, like, I love Disney movies, but there are a lot, I mean, they really pull those tear cords, right? Like, even the opening to Up, like, I was sobbing, like, Bambi losing
I wanted to
mom.
make a shirt that says, my food eats your food, and Rachel wouldn't let me.
Be sweet.
Renee said, I'll be ditching my cable this month. Hulu for the win.
The Incredible Mr. Limpet. Yes, thank you. That is exactly the movie with Don Knotts.
John said YouTube is most of my TV. That's Caleb. Caleb doesn't even watch movies. Unless Rachel says to him, like, hey, come out and watch a movie with me.
He's a YouTube guy.
He's a YouTube guy.
And I'll tell you, one of their favorite series, if you're looking for just something fun with the kids, I mean, sometimes you kind of have to screen it because it's more adult, but Good Mythical Morning. If you have not seen Good Mythical Morning, those two guys are really, really funny. They usually, do kind of a variety show thing. It's really cute. The Apple Dumpling Game.
Good movie.
I love
Deb
it.
is on, said hi to Kate. We
Deb.
just catched on for a few minutes. Had to work late. Have a good night.
Janet says hi.
We're actually Dumbo. Saddest movie ever.
Saddest movie ever.
We're caught up.
Oh, Christopher says that his brother has a shirt that says my food eats your food.
Oh, okay. See, there's nothing wrong with that, making that shirt. Guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
What movie are we going to go see?
What are we going to go see?
Mission Impossible.
Oh, is that what you're going to do?
Dun, 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 dun.
Aren't we watching Boys Over Flowers?
Well, I kind of want to watch Mission Impossible now.
Is it bad that I'm really hoping it's pouring tomorrow so that I don't have to work so we could just spend our anniversary in bed?
Just relaxing.
Guys, everybody have a great night. We really appreciate you guys supporting us and coming in and tuning in and spending your evening with us.
We love it.
We love it.
We love you.
Bye, guys.
Have a great rest of your week.